you are new to beach volleyball, it's the best of 3 sets. The first 2 are a race to 21, and you have to win by 2 clear points. With the last tiebreaker set, if it is 1-1, going to 15. Cruisy line shot from Talita.
De kop is eraf, dames en heren, onze Nederlandse trotse Sophie van Gestel. Jantine van Vilst.
Powerful float sub on Vilst. Passes off the net, but she's got no block. Good agility shown from Talita, but the spike is long. First point to Holland, and you can hear from the crowd that they're trying to rev up their athletes in this opening Pool B game. Good set that from Larissa, but Talita fired long. Vilst straight down the line, wants to get into block early. Again, that's the second line shot we've seen in 2 plays from Talita. Vilst gets high, but no match that time for the Brazilian. Pushing Vilst to the sideline. They want to hit out wide, sets off the net, so Brazil get the dig. First chance for Larissa. And that is why she's a 7-time season champion. She's won 50 golds on the FIVB World Tour. You give her an opening, she'll take it. Spikes that ball right to the sideline. Already a little bit of pressure on the Dutch. Straight approach. Block from Talita. I feel the straightness here from Vilst. Approach straight. Almost too easy to read for Talita in the block. Good vision, good timing, and a good finish by the Brazilian blocker. Service pressure again, Vilst. Out of system, the Dutch. No block. And that's another point lost, this time through a spiking error. Just see Brazil, this team is so clinical. You cannot afford to make errors. You have to make every point count because they will not give you anything back. Short serve's great, overset from Gestel, but the dig is good from the young Dutch defender. Second chance for Brazil. High line, composure from Larissa. Really struggling to get under that short ball, Vilst, and that cost the Dutch in the end, as Brazil had a free opportunity and they took it with a delightful high line. Better from Vilst off the left hand of Talita. She is a tall, strong girl. Vilst, time using all her power on that one, unleashing on the angle ball. New partnership, this for the Dutch. It's their first year, and they're building. Obviously, Gestel's had a year out, so it's hard to come straight back into the FIVB World Tour and a World Championship having taken a year out. And that is fantastic play from the Dutch. Spinning and hitting the ball on 2, Vilst. Too tight for Talita. Exceptional play. Set up big from Sophie van Gestel. Said they've struggled a little bit in Van Gestel's first year back after her year out. Lost in the qualifier in Stavanger and in Moscow, but they did start to get their form back on track last week in Baku before going out to Austria and finishing 9th in the first ever European Games. Before that, Van Gestel has won a gold on the World Tour in Argentina with Madeline Meppelink, so she really is a force to be reckoned with on a beach volleyball court. We're back to 2. It's a good run this for Holland. They won the last 3 points in a row. Good change up on the tactics from Holland as Vilst jumps in on the angle. Talita sees it though, goes high off the top of the hands. 3-point game. Again, they move Vilst to the outside, trying to encourage her to hit angle. She hits line. I think we've seen a touch from Vilst. We're going to have a look now. A good block from Talita, but there you go, off the shoulder of Vilst. Unfortunate. Did try and celebrate all the same, but big touch off the shoulder. Second big block back. Gestel's cover's good. Big area at the back of the court though. Happy days for Brazil at the change of ends. Daily 10-4. Timeout called. You see, that was a huge block from Talita. Good reactions from Gestel. She was still in the cover. Fortunately for her, the ball was over the net, and Talita dealt with it finally. Side out, business as usual for this Brazilian team. You can hear them talking, Gestel and Vilst. They need to talk through this stage. Find a way to put Brazil back under pressure. They have had a good run of serves. I think serving will be the key for them to get back into this one. They're straight back out, both teams. Brazilian coach, he'll be happy with the way that the team have started. Sophie Gestel, great line shot, great camera angle there. You see that Talita just gave her a little opening down the line. Sophie Gestel dictated that one. Thank you very much. .24 on Monday, Sophie Gestel. Time really on her side. Big jump serve from the Dutch defender. Ball's out wide, she's going to hit angle. There you go, big serves. Will put the Brazilians under pressure. Ball goes out wide, and it was too wide for Talita, who only finds the net. Sophie Gestel needs a run of these jump serves. High toss, goes through the ball. Fortunately, out the back. Five-point game here. Brazil really in charge. The little mistakes like that from Larissa will keep them well and truly in the game, and it will keep them in touch. It's Vilst that's with the float serve on Talita, who's going to run in and quickly and block. And again, Talita just makes siding out look so easy. Takes a step in the approach. Boom on the angle from the big Brazilian blocker. She said this Brazilian team, in many people's eyes, are favourites for this event. They won 6 back-to-back events before going to St. Petersburg last week and taking what they would see as a disappointing 9th spot. But in a very, very strange way, it also gives a team like this a couple more days to prepare for a bigger event like this one, so the rest might have done them some good. And that's good service pressure Right the way across the body of Vilst. Flat, fast float serve, always hard to pass. 14-7 Brazil. Technical timeout. Both teams have a minute to build on for the second stage of their opening Pool B game. As the dancing girls make their way off of the centre court, the players make their way back on, with Brazil 7 points up and really dominating the opening set here in Amsterdam. Talita's had to side out and she's had to block, and so far she's done a very good job in both areas. Service pressure's back on Vilst, who is struggling with a pass a little bit. Great break from Talita, who now has a swing. Gestel pops up with a great dig of her own. Oh, what a rally. This is rally of the game. Vilst. Cuddy. Big cut shot from the Dutch blocker. That's a rally that will give the Netherlands great confidence building into the business time of the set. Cover from Vilst there was outstanding. A little bit of luck with the net, but really a great decision to chop that ball across the front of the net. Still a long way back. Gestel jump serves. That'll do, Sophie van Gestel. A rare error in receive from Talita. Van Gestel's high and jumps through that one. Struggling to get her shoulders forward on that occasion. Talita. More needed, though, from Sophie van Gestel. One won't be enough. They need a big effort here. More pressure from the serve, and an error from Larissa. That time the pass was too tight from Talita, putting Larissa under all sorts of pressure. Sophie van Gestel has got her jump serve going. Again, getting caught back the platform. Well out of system there, Brazil. Van Gestel again, another big serve. Passes a little bit better this time from Talita, who has a chance. Good vision from the blocker, has a good look at where the block defense is set up. And wins the point for Brazil. Just here you can see a little look in the approach, tells her the story, so she can put the ball away. 15-10, 5-point game still. Vilst. No respect for Talita as she breaks the block. You see that a blocker will retreat off the net if they feel that the hard spike isn't going to come. So is Larissa playing defense. Vilst showing her skills off the net. The backup serve is poor, though. They can't afford to make mistakes here. Every point matters so much to the Netherlands. We saw a big crushing line shot from Van Gestel last time. This time she opens up on the angle. Sophie van Gestel, 5 for 11. Super athletic, very, very powerful. Big hugs in celebration. They've still got a long way to go. 4 points. Van Gestel serving well with this jump serve. high-risk serves that are just missing the back line. Flirting with the back line, Sophie van Gestel, but the line is not flirting back for her. Service pressure from Brazil this time. Sophie van Gestel is heating up in a very, very warm Amsterdam arena. Good setting from Van der List. She did well to wait there, Sophie van Gestel, keep the ball in front of her, and then go to town on the spike. Even if they do lose this first set, Holland, they will gain great confidence in some of their plays. That's world class. Larissa. There is no defending that one. 7 times a season champion on the FIVB with old partner Juliana. Van der List has to side out again. Good decision to go deep middle, no block. This breaking tactic from the Brazilians is working more times than it's not against Van der List. Just sows the seeds of doubt in the spiker's mind when the blocker breaks. More service pressure towards the Dutch left side player. Stage takes pace off the ball. It's the knuckle down the line that does the job, and they're hanging on in here. Van Gestel to jump serve again. Through the ball. Good serve on Talita again. Talita, the ball's gone wide. Slightly spinning on the set. Nothing given. A second ball wide to the pin. There's a block from Van der List. Possibly 2 dubious hand calls. That's what Sophie van Gestel is asking about. 2 contacts on that wide set that didn't look super clean. It doesn't matter because Van der List gets that block in the end. High, reaches over, and hands send the ball straight back from where it came from. Dutch are hustling. Yeah, another one goes long from Van Gestel. The bonus that Sophie van Gestel will get from this is that when the ball is in, Brazil are really, really struggling with her jump serve. Just a little bit of consistency, but in a game like this, high pressure serving, high risk equals reward sometimes. Well, Larissa wins the set for Brazil with an extraordinary ace. 21-15. So Larissa and Talita win the first one 21-15. Van der List and Van Gestel at times made some great plays and put some pressure on the Brazilians, but it wasn't enough. Larissa and Talita putting a demanding performance and sending out a message to the world champ that they are here to win. One wide set. But Talita found the line. There are moments for the Netherlands though. Van Gestel's hard spiking. Van der List taking the pace off the ball and finding glorious moments. But that first set was all about Brazil. Service pressure and consistency. They're a high-class team with high prospects. The crowd here are really getting behind this World Championships. Remember, in 4 different cities. Amsterdam holding the pool stages before everything moving down to The Hague in the latter stages of next week. The crowd are going to have to get behind the Netherlands. Van Gestel and Van der List need as much help as they can here after dropping the first set 21-15. So we said some glorious moments as Van Gestel's tight to the net, but there is a net touch against Talita. Larissa and Talita aren't quite sure about that one. You can see here, who does touch the net? Close to call. Talita's sure it wasn't her. The rules changed this year when any touch on the net is a penalty, it is penalised. And Gestel with another big jump serve, as we saw in the first set. The ball goes wide to Larissa. No touch off that block. As we said, the Dutch team could take some confidence from that first set. At times, they really did put the Brazilians under pressure, especially with Van Gestel's jump serve. She's come out strong again, the 23-year-old. Talita struggling with that pass on the jump serve, as we've seen before. Jumbo! First one of them we've seen, the high lob to the corner. Beauty from Talita. High arm, good snap on the ball. Van Gestel can only stand and stare. Tight, punished. You can't afford to overset when Talita is on form. More service pressure on Vilst. That float serve has put her under some pressure today. And the hand contact there has gone wrong for the left side player, and the ball flies out the back. So after a really promising start from the Netherlands, they've lost 3 in a row. A couple of poor errors, the overset from Van Gestel. The hitting error from Vilst has put them in trouble. More tight setting, but a very good knuckle shot from Vilst. You'll see that players, when they are tight to the net, will have to get their knuckle out because they can't swing hard on it. Larissa did make the read in defense. Just can't make the angle off her wrist to keep the ball in play. Van Gestel with the hammer, but it's wide. Going high risk on anything here. The Dutch, they know that they have to take their opportunities. A good dig, still in defense. Well balanced Van Gestel. Bit of over rotation on the spike, sends the ball wide of the sideline. Huge line serve. World class from Brazil. The Netherlands do well just to get it back. Talita's going to have a free spike here in rhythm. Short line. Worldy play from Brazil. You'll see a lot when a team gets a free ball that they'll want to take pace off it. The natural thing to do is to spike it as hard as you can, but Talita knows exactly how the Dutch have set up in block defense and just lifts the ball over the top of the block. Husband and wife serve. Up the service pressure, Brazil. It's Larissa shooting her jump serve. Rockets from the back line. 6-3. Remember, it's a race to 21, with the teams changing ends every 7 points.
No.
Van Gestel with the jump serve. Another error in the serve from Van Gestel, but when she does get it right, they do make plays, they do make points, so it's definitely worth the risk. Out of system, Netherlands, very good spike. I think maybe slightly off balance here. Talita. Serve down the middle again after the success of the hubby-wife serve before. Yet Talita breaks the angle. The ball catches her high and you're the blocker, you've got to take that ball a little bit earlier. The closer you let that ball get to your body or get past you, the less control you're going to have. Brazil now out of system. Van Gestel goes on 2. Great vision, great precision from Sophie Van Gestel. Great tactic when they know that the team are rushing to set up in their block defense, just to play the ball over on 2. They're already unsettled, so it's hard to react. I think I make that 2 service errors in a row from the Netherlands. Funny enough, they find themselves 2 points down.
Number 1, please.
You can join the conversation from home. Hashtag FIVB World Champs. Let us know what you think about this one. Brazil have been dominant. But have you been impressed with Holland and the way that they've come out? They've made things tough at times for Brazil, as you can see. And that's Van der Vilst. Just knuckling the ball on the cut shot. It's a great example of how to cover for any young athlete. But Van Gestel at full stretch gets the dig. Van der Vilst does the rest to finish the point. Good blocking again from Van der. Strong left hand, very important. Second time, error. 8-8.
Ja, we staan weer gelijk in de zetrijden voor de bal. Erop en erover. Nog steeds Sophie aan de surf.
Big play from Van Gestel. Puts the Netherlands on the front foot for the first time. We've seen big jump serves. We know that she likes to play that one on the angle, fade that ball away from the left side receiver, and that's an ace at an important time. The Netherlands are starting to grow in confidence, and the errors are starting to leave their game. That makes this game very, very interesting, as Talita makes another error down the line. That's 2 we've seen in the last few points. Van Gestel needs to keep this service pressure on the Brazilians because it's working. They're out of system and they're making errors. Wide ball again, fast ball to the pin, block. But it's block out this time from Van der Vilst. Nine, 10. Van der Vilst. Cruisy side out. Big hammer on the angle from Van der Vilst. And this game is turning out very, very nice indeed. Brazil cruised the first set 21-15, but as we said, the Netherlands could take big confidence from their performance in that first set. And they're actually forcing the game here, and they have momentum. 11-10. They take the lead, and really, they're doing the pushing now, Holland. And after a couple of errors, Larissa and Talita are going to have to use this timeout. There you go, big celebrations from the Netherlands, enjoying their time in front of their home nation. They're giving them something to shout about. Seeded 47 for this event, Van der Vilst and Sophie Van Gestel. But they're in charge against the number 2 seeds, Larissa and Talita. One of the main reasons that they will be seeded so low is because Van Gestel took that year out, and when you do take a year out, you lose the opportunity to earn world ranking points, and that comes back to haunt you when you do want to play again.
Hoi, 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 dames en heren. Zon, strand en prachtige dames die mooi move doen.
But you know at a World Championships there are no weak teams, and anyone on their day can beat any opponent. Really interesting phase of the game after this technical timeout as we build to the end of the second set. Talita has to stop making errors. She was really steady in the first. Really funny how a timeout can affect focus. That first pass from Vilst is out. Brazil being let off the hook a little bit there. Basic beach volleyball psychology says it's really easy to turn off mentally in a timeout. You'll see many misplaced passes or missed serves straight after a timeout. Net band serve again. Van Gestel, pokies on two. Pokies the knuckle shot. Off the net, break. Talita, phenomenal. Van Gestel measures up as well. Chance for Sophie Van Gestel. Away, what a rally that is. High-class play from both teams. But Sophie Van Gestel makes the most of her opportunity at the net and finds the back corner. Initially a great touch from Larissa. Talita does well to keep the ball alive, but Van Gestel has the last laugh. Game on again. It's heating up in Amsterdam. Ace from Van Gestel. The jump serve causing all types of problems. Hits the ball at the highest possible point. Husband and wife serve. Brazil just look at each other. No words exchanged. Just frustration as the Netherlands take a 2-point lead. Van Gestel again. Takes pace off this one. Talita has to find a side out, and she does. Cool as a cucumber. Talita Antunes. Takes that ball early and guides the ball on the cut shot. Van Vilst got a little bit of pressure on her side out play. Outside of the line. She'll take that every day. The ball goes slightly wider. Just turns the shoulders. And hammers that ball to the outside of the tape. We really are game on here. Remember earlier on today, I was present to see the Swiss beat Thailand in their first game. Tanya Gorinkanik and Tanya Hubeli beating Aradarong and Udamshevi from Thailand. Interesting game that as well. Thailand had 2 set points in the first, but couldn't take advantage and then fell away in the second. It's going to be a tough pool here. Remember, the first 3 teams have the possibility of going through. The top 2 teams are for certain. And then you have to have good points difference to ensure your place in the last 32 if you're third in your pool. 13-15. Larissa has upped the ante from the back line. She says to Sophie Van Gestel, anything you can do, I can do better. Jump serve again is strong. Pass is good into the net, so Van Vilst again finds the sideline. Doesn't matter what team you are in the world, if your opposition keeps hitting the sideline and the baseline, you will not defend balls in this game. How long can they sustain this, Holland? Because they are playing fantastically well. Van Gestel won't mind missing one because her jump serves have been booming. Slowly getting back into this one, Brazil. And they're 3 down. Van Gestel serve to the sideline, shoots high line, out the back. Good decision actually from Brazil. You've seen they've changed it up. They've served Van der List most of the set. And now it's Brazil's time to whinge about the hands. But good tactic. Sophie Van Gestel is out of rhythm. They've not served her for this set, but she's led off the hook as Talita makes a service error. Let's see who Brazil serve for the rest of the set. I have a feeling that the pressure's going to be on Sophie Van Gestel, the 23-year-old. That's 3 service errors. Sorry, 2 service errors in a row from Holland. At an important time. Number 1's called back to serve. That's Larissa. Join the conversation. What do you think? How's this set going to end? Hashtag FIVB World Champs. Wide set again. Van Gestel chops it back. 18-17. Change of ends. Big hugs from Holland. That slightly wider set from Holland does open up that shot back on the angle, and you can see how much it means to Van Gestel. They know they're right in this game against one of the most fancy pairs to win the whole competition. The home crowd are behind the Netherlands here. Van Gestel, ace from Van Gestel! Huge from her. She's kept going with these big serves the whole game. Yes, she's missed a few, but she's also made them count at big times. 2-point lead, 2 more will do it, and we're going to a third. Brazil are feeling the pressure. Talita passes slightly off the net, tight set, block from Van der Vilst. Showtime in Holland. 2017. Tight set from Larissa, puts Talita in all sorts of trouble, and she is growing in confidence. Van der Vilst. This time Van Gestel almost serves the ball out of the stadium. Doesn't matter though, they've got 2 side outs to take the set. I have a feeling that Brazil might change up and go back on Van Gestel inside out. But again, they go straight back to Van der Vilst. The ball's high. There it is, we're going to a third. The Netherlands have upset the Brazilians here. Talita and Larissa are not happy. This is it. Van der Vilst has found great rhythm in her side out. Puts pace on the ball when she needs to, also takes away a little bit of luck off the net band, but they will not mind about that. What a game this has turned into early on in the World Championships. Big celebrations, and the crowd in Amsterdam have really woken up. Larissa and Talita won the first set 21-15, but Van der Vilst and Van Gestel have come back and won that second set 21-18. Do not go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to a race to 15 points. The teams are going to change ends every 5. When we say race, we mean sprint race. The team that get off to a good start will really put the pressure on the other team. Brazil are fancied to win this whole competition. The Netherlands are seeded 47 in this event from 48 teams, but with the home crowd behind them, they have been fantastic. Error from Larissa. Pressure on the pass from Larissa made it tough to set from Talita. And Van Gestel's serving is causing problems again. Again, it's another big serve. Struggling here, Brazil, to cope with Sophie Van Gestel. Remember, she's won a competition on the World Tour before. She knows what it takes. And so does Janatina van der Vilst. What a start. Talita getting wiped off again. Not quite forcing her hands over the net. Big serves again. Bombs from the baseline from Van Gestel. Oh, one-handed touch, touching everything. Not a clean side out, but Larissa and Talita will be happy with that one. Prematurely looking for the change of ends, Brazil, only 2-1. It's incredible here, the Dutch with really nothing to lose. High line of the highest class, Sophie Van Gestel is not getting too ripped up here in Amsterdam. We're seeing big power from the baseline, but also great decision-making inside out. Takes pace off the ball, high over the top. Says to Larissa, you're not making that one. Fantastic look from Larissa. Knows every inch of a beach volleyball court. 7 times world champion on the World Tour. Who knows which way this one's going to go. Net band. Serve. That's Brazil for you. They will punish any mistake that you dare to make. Service pressure was good. Van der Vilst struggles with that short one. Means that Van Gestel can only overset the ball and Talita's too good. Good reply though from the Netherlands. She loves hitting that sharp angle. Van der Vilst, remember in the second set we saw 2 or 3 of these from Van der Vilst that caught the tape. That one just landed inside, but that's the sort of form that's going to put you in the position to win matches. Big serve! Van Gestel is on flames from the baseline. She's serving middle, she's serving outside of Talita, and Talita cannot cope. You see Larissa step right the way across to help out her partner. She knows that Van Gestel hasn't hit anything to the line as of yet. She tries to, she sees the gap, but Larissa is equal to this one. High line, Van Gestel's on that again, but it hits the aerial. The Dutch are making the Brazilians work for every single point out there. What do you guys think? Hashtag FIVB World Champs. We've got something going on here. The referee has given the point to Brazil. Sophie Van Gestel is really unhappy with that. She feels that the ball was long. Line judge has to go over with the first referee.
So, no, the ball touched the line? No?
It's off. It's on the line.
It's off.
The line judge saying that he saw the line move. End of story. It is the first referee's decision. Sophie Van Gestel is in. Ah, the point's gone to Holland. Overturn the line judge as the first referee. That could be a big turning point in this game. Brazil thought they had the ace, but it was taken away from them. Van Gestel was right, the ball went long.
This is not a mistake.
Larissa
This is the thing
is
of
still
legends.
complaining. That's a big moment in this game. Brazil cannot let it affect them as there's still a long way left. We're only halfway through this last set. We're not even quite that far yet. Everything's got a bit too much of Van der Vilst as she only finds the net. What a great start to Pool B this is. Service error, this time from Larissa. It's another error from Larissa. That's 2 in a row. Uncanny from her. And the Netherlands are running away with this one. Brazil, very, very uncharacteristically, have made too many errors. Discussions from the line judge again with the referee. Conversations don't matter. It's the Netherlands that lead by 3. Van Gestel, the big jump serve again. Wide play. When the ball goes that wide to the pin, really does open up temptation to swing hard. Talita did just that. Off the top of the block, and it's back to just 2. There's a change of ends, and we're really approaching the pressure stage of this game. Van der Vilst to serve. She's going to serve, I think, straight down the line. I think they're going to keep the ball towards Larissa. No, they've gone straight back to Talita. She's in fast anyway, Van der Vilst. Talita can only chop. She finds the gap. Very, very tough when you roll the ball just on the inside of the block, which I think happened here. You see on the replay, yeah, just on the inside of the block. Just that moment where Van der Vilst and Van Gestel just look at each other in desperation. Tight set again. Big point. Talita is on point in her blocking when it really matters. Van Gestel threw her partner underneath the truck on that time. See, every time that you set tight when Talita's there, there's only going to be one winner. We're back to 1. Holland need to hold their nerve here. There's a long way left, long way to go. Big's good, very good. She got low there, Talita, to scoot the ball out the net. Chance for Brazil. Can they level it up? No, Van Gestel gets another dig. 3rd time lucky. It's tight. No block. Away from Larissa. Wow. Timeout, the Netherlands. Things they'll be disappointed with, a couple of errors have snuck into their game, but the thing they'll be very happy with is they're making Brazil at every point.
Thank you.
Dan zien we dames en heren nog een klein beetje muziek vanaf de tribune terug kunnen krijgen het veld op. Mag ik nog eens een applaus vertellen bij de teams, dames en heren. Want we zijn lekker bezig. En mag ik jullie vragen of we gaan staan, dames en heren. Of als we gaan staan met je handen voor je. Met je handen voor je. Blijf lekker staan allemaal. Van je stoel even af met je handen voor je. En de DJ staat er weer aan de handen. Dan gaan we met de handen ophouden. Doet u het?
Larissa leading with all of her experience in this timeout. They know they've been handed a second chance here.
Yeah, also, hit the line.
The Netherlands are rocking in Amsterdam. The crowd might be what Van Gestel and Van der Vilst need here to give them the extra push over the line. Home advantage. Sets off the net. Great angle from Van der Vilst. The block's retreated. That angle is one of her favourites, Van der Vilst. Brazil have got to find a way to counteract that. She loves hitting that area of the court on the angle. They haven't been able to stop her on that one. 9-10, 5 points. Van Gestel. I think that was the toss from Sophie Van Gestel. Just put her under a little bit of pressure, always chasing the ball. 10-all. Which team can hold their nerve? It's a game of side out here. But also, whoever makes the less errors will be victorious. Passing errors up. And again, if that ball is tight to the net, Talita will hurt you. You can hear Holland is being cried around the arena. It's Van Gestel this time with the knuckle, but it's out. They had a 2-point advantage, the Netherlands. But Brazil have really come back to the party in the last few points. Service pressure is again good from Larissa. Van Gestel can only find Larissa, so Larissa has a chance, but it's tight. Big joust from Larissa. Is that the crucial point that's going to give the match to Brazil? I have a feeling that that was their final chance, the Netherlands. It was a joust that was won by the more experienced Larissa. Van Gestel through the middle court. Dug again, Larissa's really fired up now. High line, damage is done from Brazil. They have finished strongly. They have match point. Delicate line over, precision at the most important time. Van Gestel's a target again. She needs to find sand. No, she just finds Larissa. Larissa with a swing for the match. Holland are hanging in there, but it's not enough. Larissa and Talita win a quite magnificent game in Pool B. They've started the competition well, but what a fight from Holland. Seeded 47, they really pushed Brazil in their first game. That will still give them big confidence for the competition. But it's many people's favourites that win their first game. Talita and Larissa. Van Gestel can be happy with her performance. Big jump serves, Van der Vilst can be happy with her performance, but they've just come short in Amsterdam. The players sign the score sheet, the game's over. The final point here from Van Gestel. Look at that, good parking from Larissa, got the dig, and it's that cheeky cut shot that gets the glory for Brazil. Celebrations, because they know that they were let off the hook a little bit. They were pushed a lot harder than what they possibly thought today, Brazil. Big effort from Holland in front of their home fans. Sophie Van Gestel and Van der Vilst can be happy with their performance, but we're going to head down courtside in just a moment with our winners, Talita and Larissa. We're just about ready to go. Big hugs, big team, the Netherlands. They pose for photos, but it's disappointment for them. But there were some magic moments. We're just about to hear from our winners, Talita and Larissa.
Congratulations, Talita. A very tough match to start, but you won at the end. What was it like?
Was good. And the second set, the Holland team, they played so good. The serve, the jump serve was so good. But I think the end of the third set, Larissa made are great digs, and that's us, the most important for us.
Now, Larissa, you've had a few medals at World Championships. You've silver, a bronze, and gold last time in 2011. How do you feel at this World Championship?
This is great. I'm feeling very happy. This tournament is very important, and I hope so. I get better and get one more medal.
Fantastic. Congratulations. See you in the next game.
Thank you.